Thank you. God bless you all for being here. I would like you to imagine a little girl, 12 years old. Her mother drives her to school every day, and she has friends, she enjoys her classes, and she enjoys being a kid. And her mother works for $7.50 an hour, 40 hours a week. But one day she comes home and she has to tell her daughter that she's been laid off and they have to move because our company could no longer afford as many employees as they did with the new $15 an hour minimum wage. So they pack up all of their stuff, they leave their friends behind, they leave everything they knew behind so that her mother can go find a job somewhere else. Because minimum wage increases require companies to either cut spending or increase revenue. And in order to cut spending, they need to cut employee wages or cut employee hours, cut employee benefits, or cut employees. And in order to increase revenue, they would need to increase prices, which would give rise to greater inflation. Now, because companies are going to need to hire fewer employees, the job market is going to be far more strict, and they'll only be able to hire the most skilled of the available applicants. The government wants to fix the economy by forcing companies to increase wages. Now, in 1938, the national minimum wage was established as 25 cents an hour. And in 1938, there was a 19% unemployment rate, as opposed to the 16% unemployment rate in 1936, 2 years prior, according to Washington Post. Now, since 1950, unemployment spikes and increases in the minimum wage have almost always followed one after the other. And even when the unemployment spike was relatively small or wasn't quite there at all, these were usually reflected by an even greater increase in the inflation that year. In 1968, when the minimum wage was increased by 20%, we saw a 30% decrease in the value of the American dollar. So, wages go up by 20%, value of those wages decrease by 30%. So not only was the value of the minimum wage increase reduced, but there was a negative impact on the value of the per hour wages. Now, if employers are forced to hire fewer people, they'll only be able to hire the best of those people. And so if you aren't one of the best, you have to go back to school so that you can become one of the best. But if you can't get a job and that's why you're going back to school, then you won't be able to pay for school, which means you'll have to take out a student loan. And according to Business Insider, student loans are dragging down the economy alarmingly fast. NBER has named this effect of higher minimum wages requiring people to go to school longer to acquire entry-level jobs as the education cascade. So we should just let businesses run businesses. Let the business consult the employees on how much they think their work is worth. Let the employers talk with the employees and agree on a price that benefits both parties equally well. If somebody is okay with only working $5 an hour or $6 an hour or $7 an hour, let them work at that price and let them improve their skills to a point where they're worth $15 an hour. Overall, it would seem that our economy would prosper more if the federal government stayed out of market decisions. because the minimum wage increase hurt the economy with increased unemployment rates, higher inflation rates, more student loans. Businesses should have the right to work with employees to determine the employees' wages. God bless.